They are coming for your speckled trout. This is directly from the advisory committee. I'm just going to let the commercial representatives speak for me.
Yeah. Just real quick, it's like when you live in a neighborhood and everybody gets an assessment because the road's tore up. Everybody has to drive on the road even though it's not tore up in front of their house. We all have to kick in the same amount of money to fix the road. That's why if we got to give 21% off of our big number, you got to give 21% off of your little number.
No, that's because y'all kill all the fish. Okay? That's the bottom line.
Okay.
Who kills more fish? We're not gonna take no less.
So as long as you're making the same amount of money or more, you're in good shape, right?
Well, I'm not going to if the quota gets filled up.
But if you pick a number that's high enough that it probably isn't, which I think is what he was trying to do with his 350, that's where he was with that number, then you'd be okay. Why?
Because we want what we have now, and we actually want more of whatever it is. We want more fish.
Because you want more money.
That's right.
Right. But at the same time, we're protecting this not for its dollar value, but for its value
Like
to
I said before,
the state.
Why not put that in the first dollar value?
like I said before, the people of this state want more fish.
The people of this state that buy fish do not contribute to the management costs. So for them to be held above us is a little strange. Large amounts of North Carolina seafood is shipped out of the state and even out of the country. The recreational speckled trout fishery alone is worth more than the entire commercial fishery combined. Yep, no reduction because their take is so small that they shouldn't have to take any reduction. It should all just be recreational. Absolutely no change to the commercial fishery. In fact, they want more. They've already been taking quite a bit more. If you go to the North Carolina commercial landings and look since 2015, since around the time when we had flounder changes, the commercial landings for spotted sea trout, the speckled trout, went from 128,000 pounds to 603,000 pounds.
Here's the deal. Here's the whole deal right here with this trout stuff. Without controlling recreational effort, trip, recreational harvest, and dead discards will continue to increase, as it has in every fisheries where harvest is the only source of mortality being managed. Closing fishing, not just harvest, in creeks where trout overwinter for a specific period of time seems like the only solution for reducing recreational efforts and dead discards. I'm done.
Very close.
Just in case anybody was confused about what he was saying right there, they want the back of the creeks closed to recreational fishermen. This is just absolutely outrageous. This is just an attack against the recreational fishery. So the reason he's saying the back of the creeks need to be closed is because our dead discards are so bad that we could not have a catch and release season. Dead discards, they don't count in flounder. Just to put an exact number on it, there's about 2 million dead discarded trout from the recreational sector every year. There are hundreds of millions of dead discards from the trawl fishery. Hey, this is real, folks, and nobody wants to be political. I did not start fishing because I wanted to get into politics. I started fishing because I wanted to get away from all people everywhere and just be in silence and in peace. But unfortunately, political decisions are deciding our future right now. If you do not get involved, if you do not reach out and call your legislators, if you do not support movements that are trying to make these changes, this is what's going to happen. The same Marine Fisheries Commission that chose to allow there to be no recreational season while there is a commercial season is still there. This is the same group of people that is going to be voting on speckled trout in March of 2025. This is why we get so frustrated. You know, we go in there and we say, look, the law requires us to take a 20% reduction, so we're going to take 20%. We would like for you to take your 20%. Their response is, no, your dead discards are all the problem. So our 2 million fish versus the hundreds of million, like not really exaggerating to say very near 1 billion fish are discarded from the trawl fishery, but we're the whole problem with 2 million discards from the recreational fishery. They want more fish when we need to make a reduction. We need to pull back. They want more even though since 2015, their harvest has more than tripled. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. And folks, this is real. This is absolutely real. Anybody thinks, if there's anybody out there that thinks that I have just clipped this and twisted it in some weird way, I'm more than happy to upload every single bit of the raw footage that I have. That's it. There's more to be shared that I haven't included yet. You actually really get the sense from the commercial folks that are there, and they make several statements with regard to this, that these fish belong to them, that everyone else is just a tourist. We're just out there having fun. This is absolutely not the case. The fish belong to absolutely everyone. Why can I not go and buy crappie from the fish market? Why can I not go and buy, largemouth bass from the fish market? It is because it would be entirely unsustainable to have these commercial fisheries. It's not saying we can't have commercial fishing at all. It's just saying there are limits to how much that we can catch. And these guys are going to have to be put in check, or they are going to continue down the line of species after species. And speckled trout just happens to be the next on the list. I don't like being political, but I have to be political if I want to have any sort of fishing future at all. And personally, I could care less. At this point, I'm so sick of this whole thing that I could care less if I ever catch another fish. I just want to make sure that my kids can catch some fish and that everyone else's kids can catch some fish. We're just asking to have equal treatment here. That is all. Again, call your legislators, email your legislators, go to NC Find Your Legislators, just Google it, look them up, call them, tell them that North Carolina Fisheries Management needs a lot of attention. It needs a whole lot of attention. We need massive changes, or we are going to destroy the fisheries of this state, both for the future of recreational and for the future of commercial. There are a lot of guys in the commercial industry who agree with me on these things too. I got a lot of these opinions. I got a lot of information from these particular people. So this is not about rec versus comm. This is simply about greed and short-term gains versus long-term common sense. Again, thank you all so much. Call your legislators, and I will see you next week.